First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and great glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the elect pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth in truth and in sincerity. In this particular video, we want to touch on re-education camps once again. And this right here is prophecy. I know, I keep talking about it, but hey, this is what's going on, and this is what prophecy is. If you want to hear something deep and getting all into the business shit, well, this ain't the channel for you. I suggest you don't listen to GMS, starting with the apostles and elders on down, because we're going to keep talking about the chip. We're going to keep talking about laying down with Maxine. We're going to keep talking about these prophecies, and we're not going to get all deep. We're going to hit you with the basics. All right. Now, in previous videos, I talked about re-education camps. Re-education camp is essentially a prison where they carry out extreme tortures and murder. Now, these prisons go by different names. They can be called a gulag labor camp, FEMA camp, re-education camp, detention center, whatever they want to call them. They're prisons where they carry out extreme torture and murder. Now, they're trying to say that so-called white supremacists and patriots and Trump supporters and all of them, they're trying to label them as domestic terrorists. And now they're throwing out there, they want to throw them in concentration camps, or what they call re-education camps, which when you look that up, over there in China, they have re-education camps, and it's a prison where they carry out extreme tortures and murder. Now, on the news, they're tricking people by saying, well, these people need to be re-educated, or these people need to be, deprogrammed, which gives the public the sense that they're going to be sitting down and it's going to be somewhat of a classroom setting, and they're going to be taught out of their ways. No. This is places where they're going to straight up kill you. Straight laced like that. All right? So that's a re-education camp. Now, they're calling to throw so-called white supremacists in these places. Now, you're going to have a lot of Jake and a lot of people that's on the left, getting into that whole thing. But really, the people who's been bought out to push this New World Order agenda, going to say, yeah, throw them in concentration camps, throw them in re-education camps. As soon as they get everything passed and they can really throw you in there, they're going to open it up for Jake, for real, because we're the actual targets. But Esau's in the scope right now because they got to take away Esau's gun so Esau don't fight back. And I'm talking about the lower tier of Esau. Now you have John McCain's daughter talking about the white supremacists shall be treated like ISIS. And she's talking about drone striking. This is all for us. So, hey, start to wrap your mind around how Jacob's trouble is. Now, I'm going to pull this script out once again. I'm just going to quote it. Revelations 12:12. The devil's going to come down unto us having great wrath. And that devil's talking about Esau, and specifically the upper echelon of Esau, the elites. They're going to come down having great wrath. It isn't talking about the physical, the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about the physical armor of the spiritual demon Satan, which is the so-called white man. And because he knows he has but a short time. Now, what else? Right. And we can see right through it. They can't deceive us, the elect word of Matthew 12:12. I'm going to keep getting them precepts till they fall out the book. They get me a new Bible then. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep bringing them out because they're edifying. If it were possible, they would deceive the very elect, which we ain't falling for. We see through it. You getting all these education camps and all this other shit ready to really fuck us up. This ain't about Esau and against Esau against Moab and all this other stuff. This is really Esau against Jacob. All right? He hated us for taking the blessings, beguiling him. um, supplanted him, right? But listen, look at this.
Major sports, the news media is all owned by globalist multinational corporations and the CCP. The pop culture media machine has made all of this possible, and it is now busy preparing their brainwashed flock for mass arrests and re-education camps. A Bernie Sanders staffer and the principal counsel for PBS were separately caught on camera calling for rounding up Trump supporters and putting them in re-education camps. But that was before Biden was in the White House. Now it's all out in the open. Popular morning television co-host Meghan McCain, daughter of John McCain, who funded ISIS and Al-Qaeda in the ongoing war on terror debacle, says that American patriots need to be treated the same as Al-Qaeda terrorists.
I'm not against sending these people to Gitmo, and that may sound extreme. These are domestic terrorists who attacked our own republic. They should be treated the same way we treat Al-Qaeda.
MSNBC's Nicole Wallace suggests the possibility.
Salakia, it was Nicole Wallace. Meghan McCain said, treat us like Al-Qaeda. Nicole Wallace is talking about drone strikes. Salakia for that.
Of killing Americans with drone strikes.
Attacking terrorism at its root, of going after and killing, and in the case of Amr al-Awlaki, an American, a Yemeni American, with a drone strike for the crime of inciting violence, inciting terrorism.
Regional Director of California Democrats unapologetically suggests rounding up 75 million Americans and putting them in concentration camps. Americans are now being psychologically prepared for the rounding up, brainwashing, torture, and mass murder of American patriots.
It is critical that the FBI does launch the largest manhunt in U.S. history, drag all of these people into prison, and if they're inside the Capitol for a full 20 years for committing sedition against the United States of America.
The question is, how are we going to really almost deprogram these people who have signed up for the cult
Salakia.
of Trump?
Almost all white, almost all Republicans who somehow need to be deprogrammed.
Once we educate them, we coach them on how to interact.
We probably need to double, triple, quadruple.
You see that? They're giving a sense like, well, we just got to deprogram and teach them and show them the right way. And here what he says, coach them. You know? Salakia. Let me turn this down. Right. Said coach them. You know what I mean? So essentially they're tricking you. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Well, look up what a re-education camp is. And it lets you know right there on Google. They'll tell you. This isn't no conspiracy or anything like that. Type in, what is a re-education? You know, as a matter of fact. You can end up in a prison. All right, no matter what they say, it's a prison. All right. Revelations 2:10. The devil shall throw some of you into prison. This is what they're talking about. No matter if it's labeled this or that, you know what I mean? All these other names, you know, we went through them already. Let's get into this again.
Or increase funding for these de-radicalization programs.
Biden's press secretary announces how leftist NGOs will be involved in performing assessments on domestic terrorists, meaning if you oppose their Marxist ideology, you are a threat to them. This is all part of the leftist playbook. The Weather Underground was planning for this in the 1970s.
They felt that this counter-revolution could best be guarded against by creating and establishing re-education centers in the Southwest, where we would take all the people who needed to be re-educated into the new way of thinking and teach them how things were going to be. I ask, well, what is going to happen to those people that we can't re-educate, that are die-hard capitalists? And the reply was that they'd have to be eliminated. And when I pursued...
And this dude right here that you're looking at, he infiltrated one of these groups. So that's why he's saying, I asked this and I asked that. He actually infiltrated them and then started asking them questions, you know. But ultimately, they didn't give him the big scoop. They're not going to try to re-educate no damn body. They straight bodying niggas. As a matter of fact, brothers, we like to bring up the Georgia Guidestones. They don't want the population to exceed 500 million. Now you have them saying they don't even want it to exceed 200 million. And they said they really want to kill off 90% of the earth. I'm talking about you're dealing with sick fucking people here. Edom's a fucking devil. All right?
This further, they estimated that they would have to eliminate 25 million people in these re-education centers. And when I say eliminate, I mean kill.
It is now undeniably here. H.R. 127 will require psychological evaluations and a public database for all gun owners. With the entire nation divided into patriots and obedient cowards, they know who you are. And they know they have the support of the brainwashed masses.
All right, folks, that is just part of the report. There's 3 minutes left in it. It is incredibly important. It is at band.video, in-game.
Right. You want to look at the rest of this, you know, because I know you brothers can take some jewels out of, you know, this little snippet. But if you want to look at the rest of it, you know, go to band.video. Alex the Devil Jones's latest show. But, you know, he be dropping some info, you know. But anyway, I hope this was edifying with them. Say shalom.